Hello. Hi. How is everyone? Let me... Actually, I'll get up on my phone. It's always easier. Channel. Live stream. Do I want to become a member of my own channel? Do I now? Okay. Looks smooth to me, so that's alright. Set that up there. Hello, Moby Dick of Dopeness. Hello, Sauron Baggins. Hello, Ryan. You the man. Hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you all had a great Christmas if you celebrated it. Mine was okay. I was actually not very well for most of it. I slept through most of the day, to be honest. I didn't get up until midday. I cooked dinner for myself. Then I went back to bed. Then I got up again. Then I built a Lego Batman thing that my dad had got me. Then I went to bed. So not the most eventful Christmas I've ever had, I won't lie. But, you know, that's kind of... If you're feeling rubbish, there's not much you can do about that. So, yeah, I'm feeling a bit better now. I'm about 90%. Still got some sniffles and stuff. Because I was trying to record Sex Education earlier. But I couldn't get through it because... So I thought, well, I'll test the waters, like best of both worlds. Try and do something. So I'm going live for a bit. For a while, it was just sore throat, cold, the works. My throat's about like 10 times better than it was, so that's good. But I've still got a bit of the sniffers, which is making recording a bit difficult to do. If anyone watched my full reaction to Muppet Christmas Carol, you all know I was kind of sniffling my way through that. So I kind of want to wait until I'm like properly good. But yeah, I am feeling better than what I was, which is nice. But we'll see if I kind of improve. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be like properly ready to get back into the swing of things, because I'm a bit like, I just want to do something. Hello Luna, hello Pinata Head, hello Rebel Revan. Eesh. Come on, comments, show up. Very helpful. There we go. Alright. It is running alright, isn't it? I'm getting mixed messages from YouTube about how well the stream's going. Hopefully it's alright. But yes, how are you all? I hope you all had a jolly good holiday season. More Avatar content, please. It's gonna come at some point. I've yet to watch, like, YouTube is all caught up as well. I haven't watched the last 2 episodes of season 2 yet because I've been sick. Stream looking fine. Okay, good. But yeah, I do intend on finishing Avatar. I was hoping to finish season 2 by the end of this year, but that's unlikely to happen now. I'll hopefully have it recorded by the end of this year. So I'm aiming to do both of those on the same day, so I can get them both up on Patreon, so that Patreon's still ahead by the time it comes to YouTube. But it'll probably be another week or 2 before it hits YouTube, just because of copyright being what it is. But yeah. Wanting to record's half the battle, and I just need to get healthy. That's true. Sometimes I don't feel up to recording at all, so the fact that I'm kind of raring to go is a good sign. But yeah, we come to the end of another year, somehow. Seems mental. It feels like finishing Buffy feels like years ago for me now, but it's only been 8 months. And then it will be my 5-year anniversary in February, which again is crazy. So we need to do something big for that. Got big plans for the end of Angel as well. When we finish Buffyverse, I'm going to do a big thing for that I've kind of got in the works. I need to contact a few people, see if they're interested in helping me out with it. Rowan, you're watching Angel. Everything you've seen, I've seen. I haven't watched any more yet because visiting, family, sickness, like every single show's been affected. I haven't watched anything that people haven't seen on YouTube. Any plans for New Year's? I'm hopefully going to my friend Connor's, all being well, as long as no one catches COVID in the next couple of days. You've been getting slower once upon a time. Do you think it's because you don't enjoy it as much anymore? It's because I don't have as much time anymore, to be frankly. It's not just specific shows. I think people more so notice because they may only watch 1 or 2 shows on my channel, but every single show is slower. It's because I'm slower, because time is what it is, and the world is how it is. And, illnesses you can't see, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not just any particular show that I've slowed down on, it's all of them. And I'm fully aware of that, but nothing I can do. It's kind of why I stopped doing the Walking Dead spin-offs when they were coming out. I still need to catch up on those now. I stopped doing them the last month or two. Last 2 months. I think I stopped around November, just because so much was already going on. I wanted to make some progress on some other shows. If I had those as well, things would be even slower. So the fact that I've got as far as I have these last few months with some shows, it's kind of thanks to stopping Walking Dead stuff for a little bit. Now that we're at the end of the year, what was your highlight or most memorable moment of this year, good or bad? It's a good question. I think I have to look back on all the videos, really, that I've done. Let's see. What happened in January? I mean, starting Avatar this year properly has been great, because the fandom's just been so wonderful. And so I've enjoyed that very much. And obviously we started Harley Quinn at the beginning of this year as well. So doing scheduled weekend shows was a lot of fun. That was good. Obviously finishing Buffy was a big deal. People were very nice about that for the most part. Let's have a look. Oh, no, don't want to do that. Nope. I want to filter. No, it's not going to work. Okay, let's just scroll back and see. Let's go through the years, shall we? Well, the year. Singular. I need to count up how many videos I've made this year. Quite a few. Oh, I can get rid of that. That Avatar video got blocked. I can get rid of that because I made another one that was okay by copyright gods, so I can delete you. Goodbye. I wonder how many videos I made this year if I included the ones I've actually deleted because copyright was like, no thanks. Probably double the amount that actually got through. Memorable. I'm trying to think. Okay, through to September. Mm-hmm. Oh, Alien Isolation, that was fun playing that. The Marvel Disney Plus shows, that was fun. I think finishing Buffy is probably the big one. Just getting that message from James Masters was very fun. Okay. Oh god, yeah, the Buffy and Ed pilot. God, I remember that. God, so much stuff. I always look back and feel like, oh, you know, I have been quite slow, or I haven't really done as much, but God, scrolling for a lot of videos here. There we go. Okay. Oh yes, we started off obviously with the New Year's Doctor Who this year. Then we started Harley Quinn and Avatar, Buffy, Sex Education. Then WandaVision. WandaVision was great fun. Resident Evil Village, that was fun playing that. Hitman 3, that was good as well. Yeah, I'd say finishing Buffy, starting Avatar, all the Among Us stuff I've done with all the other reactors this year has also been a lot of fun. In terms of interacting with other, you know, people. Who gave you the most copyright problems? Probably AMC. They're terrible with Walking Dead. Most of my Walking Dead reactions are blocked, and I can't do much about it, which is annoying. Doctor Who was uncharacteristically nice to me this year, but they have just taken all the ad revenue from all of them, so I don't make any money from Doctor Who now. So I guess they didn't block them, which I prefer than just taking the ad revenue than blocking it altogether, because then people can't watch it. So I guess that's something. Avatar were fantastic at the start of the year, and then there was just suddenly a turn in the middle of season 2, and now they're quite bad. Angel just seems so random that either you get it through in your first attempt and it's absolutely fine, or it will take you 7 or 8 attempts to get one that they're fine with. It's kind of a lottery. More often than not, they are okay, but sometimes I've spent like days trying to get an Angel kind of cut that's fine, and it's annoying. But there isn't a show that has no issues whatsoever. They're all kind of all buggers for it, really. Once Upon a Time's in a similar boat to Angel. Normally fine, but when they don't want an episode up, they really, really fight. That's also slowed Once Upon a Time down, actually. And obviously if I'm then spending a couple of days trying to get copyright sorted on a video, I'm not filming the next thing to go up because I need to get that one sorted first. It's a spiral. That was wholesome when DB sent that James Masters message. Yeah, that was great. What about your favourite Cinnamon Rolls Uniting Angel? That's definitely a highlight if I do say so myself. Yes! We shall never forget Orpheus. Oh my god. That was fantastic. As soon as Willow got that phone call from Fred, I was like, hang on a minute. Is it true? Will it truly happen? And it did. A moment most pleasing in my career. So that's moments like that. I think it must be fun to like watch someone, if you're watching a reactor, because you know they love certain characters and you know that at some point they like meet, and you just kind of you have to wait like 2 years for them to get to that moment. But hopefully it was worth it for people who are excited for that. That's why it's joyous when you don't get spoiled on things, I suppose. I think the worst is when a video gets blocked after you successfully get it up with no notice. That's true. So true. Yeah. Walking Dead's also very bad for that. You think you've finally done it, and then a couple of days later, yoink. A couple of weeks ago, I got all my Season 6 Walking Dead reactions blocked. I'm like, That was 3 years ago. You've been fine for 3 years and now you're not? What's going on here? It's just annoying. And I also, when I was like researching stuff to get clips for different things and all sorts, I saw most of my Series 11 Doctor Who's were completely blocked, which I didn't know, because sometimes they block your videos and don't tell you. So I disputed all of them and they rejected all of them. So basically Series 11 of Doctor Who is now unwatchable. So that's great. Happy about that. Like, just take the ad revenue, don't block it. Like, let people watch it at least. It's free advertisement. How'd your third viewing of Spider-Man go? So good. So good. It was just me in the cinema, it was great. Private screening. I didn't have to like rent out the whole screening to get it. Just got lucky, I suppose. I mean, it was 8 PM on on Boxing Day, so, you know, I'm sure a lot of people were still with their families and stuff. But yeah, that was great fun. Very good movie. Thriller Nation Rise. Yeah, I ship that a lot. Only time I've ever had the theatre to myself is when my sister and I saw the Buffy movie in the theatre. Alright, that's interesting. It happened a lot for me when I was in college. So for my birthday one year, I got given like this... It's like a top-up card basically, so I could just like go to the cinema for free. And it had like 200 quid on it or whatever. So sometimes like I'd finish college at like 11 AM. So like, you know what, let's go to the cinema. And, you know, a lot of times of day like that, you know, it could be a weekday. I'd just go and obviously it would just be me in the cinema because not many people would be about at that point. So it has happened to me quite a bit. Not so much recently. But yeah. I hate going into the studio and being like, oh, I guess no one's been able to see this video in who knows how long. Yeah, it's just so demotivating. You spend like 4 or 5 hours on making a reaction and then it gets blocked without anyone telling you. Or, as I've also found recently, you know, you just don't get notified when you upload a video. And then people take excuses from that, like, as a reason to kind of try and twist the knife a bit and be like, So I had a few comments being like, oh, I didn't get notified that you posted this Angel reaction. It's probably because you don't do Angel as much. I'm like, do you really think YouTube can tell the difference between an Angel video and a Once Upon a Time video or an Avatar video? Like, it's not informing you when things are being uploaded because YouTube is broken. And that's why views have been way, way down this year, because YouTube's just not sharing my videos with people. And people who are subscribed to me aren't getting the notifications either. Which is odd. But that's been broken for a while, and they're just not fixing it for some strange reason. Now that you're finished with Buffy, what moments are you excited to see other reactors react to? Ooh. Let's see. I mean, obviously the end of season 6 is going to be a big deal. Those last few episodes, that will always be a lot. And Once More with Feeling, obviously, will be great. Angel showing up in End of Days would be great. Liam Catson's reaction to that was wonderful. Very excited for Domi to get to that in particular. How's the weather for you? Cold and dark and damp. But that's kind of how I like it. I prefer it when it's cold. I'd rather try and make myself warm when it's cold outside than try and make myself cool when it's warm outside. I get a notification for you like 2 or 3 times a month. I just check the channel regularly at this point. Yeah, very strange. Going to see the new Spider-Man movie was actually my first time back in a movie theatre since before the pandemic. It was intense. I went at 11 a.m. the Monday after it came out and it was still full. Oh, wow. Yeah, that movie's made a lot of money. I can't remember. I think Black Widow was my first time back in the cinema, I think, after the pandemic. I say after the pandemic, the pandemic's over. But after the theatres were closed because of the pandemic, I should say. I think, was it Black Widow? I can't remember. I got a comment yesterday that made me laugh. Someone's on my very first Buffy reaction. They've just written Darla. It's like, correct. Those kind of random ones make me laugh. I'm actually quite pleased with how well Muppet Christmas Carol did. At this point, because of the algorithm and stuff, if anything gets over 100 views, I'm like, yay. Because it's strange. The reason I'm not panicking too much is I still make the same amount of ad revenue as I normally do in a month. I still make the same amount, but views are like 20% of what they used to do. Like, even Angel doesn't do that well anymore, because people just don't know that they're being uploaded. So it's interesting that views are really way down, but I'm still getting the same ad revenue. So I guess it's like informing the same amount of people and they're watching it and watching ads and stuff, but others aren't. It's very random. So it's just bizarre. I don't know how YouTube works. I don't know how the algorithm works. Luna, I agree. I really, really like him as well. Hi Liam, I'm glad you're on because I need some advice. I have a friend who's a great person. I'm so glad I've gotten to meet this person, but I don't know, it seems like they just want to party and hang out, and lately I've been feeling really unproductive. I see other classmates and where they're at, and I could, of course, cut out my friend, but I just wouldn't like to leave him behind like that. Well, I guess that's a difficult one. So I would kind of be in the same boat, I guess, at some points with friends. I'm just like, oh, I'm not in the mood to go out. Like, people say, oh, let's go clubbing right now. I'm like, no way. I'm not going to a club in like another 5 years. And by the time I think I'd feel comfortable going back to a club, I'll probably be too old to even bother. But yeah, I get that kind of conflict, I guess. You want to hang out with them, but maybe the way they want to hang out isn't the way you do. I guess there'd have to be like a middle ground. And, maybe just suggest something else, like something else you could do instead, and then see what their reaction to that is, and maybe then you can gauge like what their interest actually is. I wonder if maybe film reactions are more often recommended on other reactions to the same films. I've noticed it more than for TV shows recently. Potentially that, yeah. That seems to be the vibe I would get. Which is good in a way, because film reactions do take a lot more effort. So I'm sure people would often not more rather those get seen. What episode would you show someone who thinks Buffy is stupid? Oh God. Maybe Hush. I don't think you'd want something too steeped in character stuff, maybe, perhaps, just because they might still bounce off it if they don't really get what the episode's going for and saying about the characters and stuff. So Hush might be a good one to go for. It certainly would make them take The Gentleman seriously, I hope. You should always feel comfortable saying no sometimes. A true friend will understand and respect that. Exactly that. Yeah. I wouldn't be afraid of like just being upfront and honest about it. I think it depends on what they think is not stupid. Yeah. It's based on the individual really, isn't it? There isn't necessarily a definition of this is what stupid is in a TV show. I've noticed more space type shows perhaps trying to give us hope for the future. I hope so. Yeah, maybe. There's a move I added to a Patreon request that's your name. Whenever you get to it, I'd highly recommend a YouTube cut because those reactions do really well. Okay. I'll try and... Oh, actually, I'll write that down. Bear that in mind if I get a spare moment. Whoop. Your name. Patreon. Request. YouTube cut? Question mark. Have you ever seen Farscape? I have not. There are unsourced rumours of a Firefly reboot. Oh god, can you imagine? Maybe Be Bad is their jam. Maybe it is. Glad to see you're feeling better. I'm definitely getting there. About 90%. Have you seen the new Buffy comic where she's 50 years old? Would you consider reading it? I mean, I haven't. No, I haven't really kept up with any comic stuff yet because I haven't delved into anything yet. But, you know, never say never to anything, really. Check anything out. Within reason, obviously. Like when someone on Patreon messaged me being like, would you react to porn? And I was like, no. Respectfully, no. Are you interested in watching Wheel of Time? I haven't really seen much about it. It seems like it probably would be my kind of thing. Someone I follow on Twitter and a reactor I follow is really into that show. So maybe I could check it out. Have you watched the Buffy and Ed pilot? I did. I watched that as part of Buffy finale week. That video is on YouTube. There's a full reaction on Patreon. Do check it out. Oh, good God. There's another Liam in the chat. There's a Catterson in the chat, folks. Time to end the stream. Hello, Catterson. Welcome. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, my friend. The Magicians and the Expanse. The Magicians was on the shortlist when I chose to do Buffy. And I've heard the Expanse is very good. Another Liam? There can be only one. Have you seen any of the new Around the World in 80 Days or any other Xmas TV? I haven't seen anything. I watched the last 10 minutes of Mary Poppins Returns because that was when I ate my dinner. But outside of that, I kind of slept through Christmas because I just wasn't very well. But no, I haven't checked any of it out. I've heard Around the World in 80 Days is good though. I loved your reaction to the first set of bloopers of Once Upon a Time. The cast is so awesome. They're probably my favourite TV cast. Yeah, they were great. I just love bloopers. They're fantastic. Hello, Tyne. We are into the Liamverse. Oh, God. Hey, Para. Just had second viewing of No Way Home. Unbelievable. Yeah. I had my third the other day. Man. Have you ever watched anything like Dexter? Do you even like stuff like that? Well, I'm going to check it out because I've actually got the first season to watch on Patreon. I've had that requested this year. So I will be doing that on Patreon. Will it come to YouTube? I do not know. But for now, that will be Patreon exclusive once I get around to it. I'm just trying to find good copies of it. React to what? Have you watched Bofa yet? I have not. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Bofa. I do not know. Turns out Bofa's the name of the Hobbit that what's his face plays in the Hobbit films. James Nesbitt. Or the dwarf, I should say, not the Hobbit. Dexter's so much fun. Yeah, I am looking forward to getting into that. Oh, Gregory. Oh, I remember you now, Gregory. Yeah, you told some terrible jokes in the last stream. Luckily, it's hidden your reply, so you look like a fool. How do you feel? I don't mind hanging out, but I'll talk to them, maybe bring up college. I honestly wouldn't care if they don't go to college, but I just want to be productive. It's something I'm working on. Okay. Oh yeah, just, I guess tentatively approach it. I absolutely loved your video trying to name all the Angel episodes. I hope you do one for Buffy. You inspired me to try it. I got all of them except for 3 pesky season 7 eps. Interesting. Yeah, I am absolutely going to do it. I know when I'm going to do it. I just haven't announced the thing yet, so you'll have to wait and see. But I am going to do it live, so that'll be fun and not at all full of pressure. Nice, I love Dexter. We'll have to subscribe to your Patreon once again. Her name's pronounced Tina. Oh, okay, Tina. I'll try and remember that. So yes, going into 2022, we're obviously going to be continuing all the main shows. Walking Dead's back in February, so I'm going to try and finish that off as well, because it's the last season. When I have time, I'll do Walking Dead World Beyond, the rest of that, and start Fear Season 7 as well. And then we're going to be finishing Angel fairly early on into next year, obviously. So we don't have much of that left, and then we're going to do a big Buffyverse finale event for that. And yeah, when we've wrapped up Sex Education Season 3, we're starting Anne with an E, because that's what I always promised, like years ago now. So that's going to be replacing that. We'll obviously have Hercules and Xena, all being well with copyright, replacing Buffyverse. Shadow and Bone will be at some point next year as well, which I'm so hyped for because I've been reading the books, or the Six of Crows books. I haven't read Shadow and Bone yet. What else do we have? Whenever the Marvel Disney Plus shows come out next year, we'll be doing those, I'm sure. The Doctor Who specials. Plenty of stuff. The Golden Girls will be a new regular weekend show as well. Taking the Harley Quinn slot once I get ahead enough to actually do it. I've seen the first one. The first reaction's ready to go. And then when we finished Avatar, we'll be doing Legend of Korra as well. Do you like streaming or CDs? Honestly, I quite like physical media still. I feel like it's going to come a time where it's like, in fact, it's like Muppet Christmas Carol. You know, when they have that on Disney Plus, you're like, well, I don't need to buy that on DVD or anything, because it's on Disney Plus, and then they cut scenes from it on the Disney Plus version. And it's going to come a time, I think, if you don't own something on DVD and they might stop making it, or Blu-ray, whatever, You'll only ever be able to watch it on streaming services, and sometimes scenes will be cut and it won't be the way it was. I like all these people trying to tell these dumb jokes, but their replies keep being hidden, so they just look like fools. Buffy HD remaster, boo. Yes, I've actually seen The Good Place, Ryan. I did react to the last episode of it, but I think they kind of blocked it, so it's only available in some countries. So you'd have to gamble it and see if you can see it where you are. But I did actually react to the last episode of that, because I binged that last year sometime. DVD version actually has the same cutscenes. Well, you know what I mean. The point. You know what point I'm trying to make. I literally still have the VCR so I can watch the original Star Wars trilogy before Lucas fixed it. Yeah, that kind of thing. I think it will get to a stage where I think people get over streaming. I don't think it'll be for ages yet, but I think there will come a point when I'm kind of fed up of this now. I think it'll get to the point where everything has a streaming service, so no one has time to watch everything. And then because everyone's trying to torn between all these different streaming services, they all won't make enough money and collapse, I think. Who's your favourite Golden Girl? Well, I've only seen one episode at the moment. But Dorothy is very much my sense of humour, because she's just sarcastic and rude. Since you've seen all of The Good Place, did you get Buffy and Angel vibes at the end of season 3? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I guess because I've seen like memory loss and stuff in things even before Buffy and everything, it doesn't always cross my mind when like there's similar things. But yeah, that's a good point. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia had some episodes that are very hard to find now, banned on streaming services. Yeah, a few episodes are like that, aren't they? What I missed was how easy it was to give gifts back in the age of physical media. I would just buy everyone's CDs and DVDs for Christmas and birthdays. Yeah, those were the days. I like that. Same with books, you know, I'd rather read an actual book than get on a tablet or anything. It's just not for me. Because I'm not against streaming by any stretch of the imagination. I think there is a lot of good for it, but I'd never not get something on DVD or whatever that I like. So I still get DVDs. I know they'll be retired at some point, but I tend to not get Blu-rays because I'm like, end of the day, my vision's quite bad. I can't see much difference in the Blu-rays anyway. I might as well just get the cheaper versions. Married with Children still around. I used to watch that at my nan's house. That was on TV when we had dinner. Anyone with sarcasm as a sense of humour is very appealing to me. Yeah, same. I love a good bit of sarcasm. Games too, prefer physical over downloads. Yep, absolutely. That's why I got the PS5 with the disc in. My Xbox Series S is without the disc, and it's all online and downloads and stuff, but that was the only way I could get them both. I was working in HMV and around up to Xmas this year. Physical media isn't doing too badly. Good. So in terms of all my interests, I think there is like a big boom in it still. Like the Doctor Who collection box sets. They like released the classic series in like, I guess they've revamped it a bit and restored some elements and stuff like that. Like those sell out like hotcakes. So I think there is still very much a market for it, and you know, steelbooks and stuff like that. So I don't think by any means either or will die out entirely, but it will be interesting to see what it looks like in like 10 or so years. This time in 10 years, they probably would have stopped making DVDs and stuff. It might just be Blu-rays, but we shall see. That's why I don't bother to get a 4K TV. No point, my eyes won't see the difference. Yeah, That's fair. Yes, a lot of Doctor Who, Galaxy 4 too. Yeah, well, like the restorations and stuff, you know, those kind of things just won't be on streaming, so it's interesting. Movie ticket price these days, yeah, they're shooting up. Vinyl is back, cassette slowly are next, I think. It's all cyclical. Yeah, that's also true. It's all like seemingly old fashioned retro things are all, it's all kind of kicking off again, isn't it? Plus streaming services frequently just stop carrying stuff. Yeah, exactly that. Like Netflix doesn't have Spider-Man 2. Like, what are you doing? And they took Doctor Who off and stuff, and I know you can get BritBox and have everything, or have BBC iPlayer, but you know, if you wanted to watch all of Doctor Who on streaming, you'd have to get iPlayer, and obviously if you're outside the UK, you'd have to do less than legal means of watching that. And BritBox, you have to get that separately as well, because it's not all on one place, and it's like... I'm all for like moving with the times in terms of technology in regards to some things, but I don't know, some things I'm just more of a classic old man yelling at clouds. Back in my day, so, you know, when it comes to like audiobooks and stuff, I mean, that's fair enough because there's not really anything else, any other way you can do it. But yeah. A lot of people bought the new Bond just to complete their sets. Yeah, also true. I remember my dad's friend a few years ago got a box set of the James Bond films, and it had a spare slot in there for the next one, because it wasn't out on DVD yet at the time, but they had built the set, like a slot in for it, which I thought was a neat idea. So I guess that also encourages you to go out and buy it. But also, you know, we're living in the age of revivals and stuff, aren't we? So you release a complete series box set of something, then a couple of years later they'll revive it. And it's like, oh, well, I guess we need to re-release this box set all over again, and people will go out and buy the complete series all over again. Goodbye, maybe Dick of Darkness. You've seen Torchwood 201, right? I have. I've seen all of Torchwood. Imagine there might be a world where the concept of cinemas is only for museums. People actually used to go watch a movie instead of streaming them right in the brain. Silly, right? Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, actually, I can kind of imagine that being the future. So it's not like we're going to get a Spider-Man coming out every couple of months to keep the theatres alive, is it? A lot have already closed down, so they'll probably be wiped out before we know it. And if you rely on streaming something and the internet's out, you're screwed. That's also true. That's probably the big thing, isn't it? Like when I first moved into this place, I didn't have internet for a couple of days, and I don't know how I would have survived if I didn't have DVDs and stuff to shove into the PS5. Just something to watch. Okay, out of context, Connor's just messaged me something, and out of context, I'm a bit scared to open the message. He's written, Sycorax, more like Thickerax. So I can't wait to open that. Hopefully he's reading a Doctor Who comic or something, and he's sent me a picture. Otherwise, I'm not sure I'll ever speak to him again. Some places will hang on though. My town still has a drive-in theatre. Yeah, hopefully. I like going to the cinema, so I hope they don't die out entirely. The pandemic certainly didn't help, did it? I'm going to open the message and see what he said. Okay, he's reading a comic, thank God. I mean, to be fair, it is a thicker axe, not a thicker axe. Damn. I know they always joke about how skinny 10 is, but he really does look skinny there. Well, there you go. Important information for you. If you thirst for Sycorax, which is not a sentence I ever thought I'd say, I've got a comic recommendation for you. That sounds like the concept of a hit tweet to me. Sounds like some spicy Doctor Who material. It's true. It's about time they brought the Sycorax back. I like the Sycorax. They're great. They said Sycorax rock. They didn't say Sycorax would rock my world. Drive-in theatre's doing really well during the pandemic. That makes sense. Maybe we would have been more against Harriet Jones' decision if they were thick. It's true. Harriet Jones was right. What's something that you're happy to rewatch many times and will be kind of an easy choice for entertainment when you don't feel like watching something new? That's a good question. It'd have to be something quite short, I think. Short episodes. Maybe something like The Good Place. Or like the Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s I used to watch, or the X-Men cartoon from the 90s I used to watch. Because now when I like sit down and watch a 40-minute something episode of a show, I'm in the mindset where I need to talk about this for like half an hour afterwards now, and then I need to edit it and stuff. And even when I know I'm not reacting to it or anything, I feel like I need to, then that uses up more energy than it should, which isn't normally the case for like a 20-minute thing. So I just feel like I concentrate so hard when I'm like watching something for reactions. I can't not just put that effort in when I'm watching something just casually, so I can't really watch things casually as much unless they're shorter, and it's like, oh, well, that's over. Hello, Genevieve. Have you seen The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance? I haven't, no. I've heard good things about it. How long have we been going for now? Okay, coming up to an hour. It's not bad. I love that question, Knox. I'd say The Golden Girls because it's my comfort show. Yeah, something. I think like a comedy like that would be quite good, like Friends, because you're very, you know, it's like what they say, isn't it? Like you're never more than 2 meters away from a rat at any one time. You're also never 2 meters away from a rerun of Friends at any one time. So I think a lot of people would just sit back and enjoy those. See, I feel like I'm actually holding it together quite well recording this. I might give Sex Education another shot after this, but I recorded something with Connor earlier and I was just like for the whole thing. So I'm like, what gives? I feel like sometimes it just knows when I'm going to be like on camera recording something that I need to help like hold it together for. My body's just like, ha ha ha, I'm going to end this man's whole career. But what's everyone's favourite like Christmas present they got this year? Anything good stand out? Anything you've been like doing or playing over Christmas? I've been playing a lot of Hades and I love it. We'll look forward to that one. Well, it's on his channel. It's fine. When Snot is gone. Because my voice is still a bit like sometimes. I try and like make a joke or like a singing reference like I normally do, and I'm like I'm like, well, that flopped. Lots of candy. Hope they're not banned candy. I did get the Reading Angel book of essays. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I love a book of essays. I've still got a Buffy book to read, actually. All about like the making of some episodes and things like that in season 1. Starting and finished Miles Morales this month. Absolutely loved it. Only wish it had more to it, though I suppose that'll come with Spider-Man 2. Yes, I really enjoyed Miles Morales as well. That was excellent. Funnily enough, I'm going to do a Spider-Man Remastered Let's Play on the channel next year. That's going to be like a weekly Let's Play I'll do. I'm going to like record all of it before I start posting it. But that was something I intended to start recording this week, but I've been so like that I haven't been able to do it. I got warm socks. I always need socks. Yes, it's true. That's the true sign of growing up, I think, when you're actually excited to get socks for Christmas. I certainly do get to that point now. What would you do in Sunnydale? Probably die. Probably be eaten by something. I would like to be turned into a vampire, though. But yes, I am looking forward to Spider-Man Remastered because I've never played it, and I'm still trying to force myself to get used to the new face. I'm still not entirely in love with it, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to knuckle down and play that. Then maybe play Miles Morales after it as well. I'm on a bit of a Spider-Man hype at the minute. I'm sure you can guess why. I'm so happy you're playing Hades. I love it. I'm tempted to stream it at some point, just for like a fun one-off thing maybe. But yeah, I really thought I was going to bounce off it early on because I was like, this is just so bloody hard. But I've escaped like 4 or 5 times now. I'm on like a 4 streak in a row now of escaping. Did you ever watch the 20th anniversary reunion EW video for Buffy? I haven't, no. That could be something to do. Are you planning to finish Once Upon a Time? There hasn't been an upload in a while, so I started to get worried. Yes. I haven't uploaded a lot of shows in a while, but it's because things are slow. If I ever plan on stopping any reactions, I will do a video telling people, or I will post about it. So don't worry. Last time I was in a live chat with you, I asked about it. You said you were considering playing it. Yes. Well, one of my friends got me a Nintendo eShop voucher for Christmas at the start of December, because we all met up then, because we weren't going to see each other before Christmas, prior to that. So I bought Hades with that, and it's good. So good. I love Megara so much. I mean, they're all great characters, to be fair. Kind of unfair that everyone in that game is just attractive. I say that's rude. If you were suddenly inserted into the life of any season 1 Buffy character, knowing that what you know now, who would you want it to be? I would be Jonathan. I would be Angel, so I'd get my own show and a bigger paycheck. I don't know, actually. Maybe in terms of story, maybe, joking aside, what would I pick? I don't know. I mean, basically all of them just go through shit, don't they? Who has an easier time of it? I don't know. Is it like a supporting character? Maybe I'd be Sid the Puppet. He does his stuff, he moves on. Who is the artist for the Spider-Man painting behind you? Oh, it's good, isn't it? There's next to it, there's a Clara one as well. Hopefully you can see it like that. From Doctor Who. His name is Ryan Rigby. Let me just... He's excellent, isn't he? Let me just find him. Ryan Rigby. I'll get a link up for his Etsy. Etsy shop. Yeah, Ryan Rigby art. He does all sorts of stuff. He's got Doctor Who. He does a lot of Spider-Man and Tom Holland stuff. He's got Witcher stuff, other MCU stuff, Doctor Who. Lots and lots. So, hang on. Let me move that out of the way. There you go. That's where I got them from. I mean, it was, you know, in terms of shipping and everything, it's kind of easy for me because Ryan's from Liverpool, so shipping from the UK to the UK is actually not too bad. But yeah, do check Ryan's stuff out. He's very good. I wish I had any talent for that kind of thing. Hades, the video game, keeps popping up everywhere I go. Lol, I feel like I need to start playing it, but I don't really play video games. How about Andrew? I think you put him off. Oh my. I mean, I think you'd have to buy me dinner first. Would you have all your old memories, or will you just be that character? Oh yeah, that's also something to consider, isn't it? If you inhabit them, do you also remember stuff that maybe we didn't even know about? What if they've gone through awful trauma before season 1 of Buffy, and then we inherit all that? Who's your favourite Spider-Man actor? Tom Holland for me, but Andrew Garfield is that close. He's got some really great stuff. He does. He's excellent. He watches my reactions, so he just happened to follow me from that, I think, and then I just ended up seeing his profile picture one day. I was like, wow, that's a really cool photo, and I saw like, he drew it? And then I kind of saw his shot from there and bought lots of things, and I would happily buy lots more things. I love the WandaVision one he's done. There's a Jodie Whittaker one that I really like. It's in a sex education one, which is also very cool. Just still scrolling through now. I nearly got the 11th Doctor when he did at the same time as I got those two, but I kind of had to stop myself. I did want to get a few of the Spider-Man ones, but I thought I ended up just going for the Peter and MJ one. Okay, how long have we been going for now? Show me OBS. Tell me your secrets. An hour and 3 minutes, okay. Would you ever read the Walking Dead comics? That would be a good idea after season 11. Yes, that is my plan, to watch them, read them once Walking Dead's done. I have intended on getting them. Yeah, the big compendiums are quite expensive, so I will have to like spread out when I actually buy them, but I do intend on reading them once the show's done. I mean, to be fair, I probably could at least buy the first couple now, so I think by the time I actually get through them, the show probably would have come to an end. like the earlier ones. You don't really have to be afraid of spoilers for like the early stuff, I would assume. Oh. Hey, do you want to know my average watch time for this stream amongst people? We've had 325 individual people look at the stream. The average watch time is 4:20. But that's it. Alright then, did I go through everything I want to do next year? I think I did. I briefly mentioned some things. But yeah, I want to get like a proper channel banner and everything done as well. I kind of want to try and find a good artist for it. So I feel like a rebrand's kind of in order. So I've had the same kind of background stuff for probably since I started, and since it's coming up to 5 years in February, I should probably change that. I know a lot of people have all their fancy schmancy intros that they can do. I've never even attempted something like that, so maybe I could do that as well. Make like proper thumbnails for things, which I don't tend to do for reactions normally anyway. Maybe I could start doing stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like 2022 is a good year to shake it up. We'll see what happens. $420 hours. No, minutes. It's gone up to 422 minutes now. For a stream that's been going for 1 hour and 3 minutes, if the average is 4 hours 20, then I'm doing something really, really well. But yeah, that was my downfall. I try not to do it so much now, is actually look at the average runtime for your videos, like how long people tend to watch for. If you are a content creator, don't do that, because it will just make you depressed. When you make like a 30-minute reaction, the average people watch it for is about 3.5 minutes. You're like, okay. Because you will have people just watch that, and then they'll comment things that I've explained in the intro or something. I'm like, you've kind of just exposed yourself as having not watched my introduction there, friend. I had that the other day. I had a few people being like, where did you get this edit with When Love Is Gone in from Muppet Christmas Carol? And I say in the intro where I got it from. I'm like, well, friends, got a surprise for you. Okay, it's just after 9 my time now, so maybe we'll give it another 5 minutes. And I'm going to give sex education a go, I think. I'm going to try and record something. Either that or I'll try and do Spider-Man, I don't know. There's a lot of context missing too. Rewatches and quick initial checks, etc. Yeah, it's not very concise really. Yeah, I've got an hour and a half long video. Average watch time's about 9 to 15 minutes, but I love that video. So, yeah, exactly that. As long as you enjoyed making it, I think that's the key. It's like the 12 Days of Christmas videos. It's one of my favourite times of year making all those. They don't do very well, but I like making them, and that's kind of the important thing to me. kind of applies to my gaming videos as well. Obviously, they don't do as well as the reactions do. But I enjoy making them, and I have fun making them, and I have fun editing them. And I think sometimes that really helps me split up from the reactions if I have a break and actually do like a gaming thing. Same like live streams and stuff. It just breaks it up, so it's not just, oh, I've got another thing to do now. Same old process. So if anything, they're more for me than anyone who might watch them. But even if I get a few people being like, oh, I rewatch this gaming series a lot. I get a few people who message me about my Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake series, and they say, oh, I rewatch this a lot. And it's quite like a comforting thing for me to watch. And I'm like, oh, that's very wholesome. So I'm like, well, that's worth it then, isn't it? And I think as long as you enjoy what you're making as well, go for it. And if you're not enjoying things, you know, what you're doing, like for a time during Buffy season 6, I was like, I'm going to take a week off the channel. Goodbye. Labyrinth would be funny to react to. Maybe drunk. Okay, Labyrinth. Is that the David Bowie one? Is that Labyrinth? God, Labyrinth is difficult to spell, isn't it? Labyrinth. Yes, it is. Watch me accidentally put on Pan's Labyrinth and just emotionally scar myself. Where was that? I saw a cinema accidentally put on a horror film instead of No Way Home recently. All those poor kids. I mean, to be fair, No Way Home's also emotionally devastating, but... Pan's Labyrinth drunk reaction would be a lot. God, the drunk reactions would be... Yeah. They're always a lot of fun. I should do them more often, really, but... I don't know. I tend to only drink to get completely drunk, so sometimes I just don't feel like sitting down and getting drunk one evening, because I just feel like it might be a waste when it's just me on my own. It's like for one-offs and stuff, like 12 Days of Christmas Buffy one I did. They're kind of fine. Good timing anyway, got to go to work. It's fun hanging out. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Ryan. Oh, I also got... What was that comment I got the other day? I had a new influx of people, I think, watching my reaction to The Body, because I got quite a few new comments on that the other day. And then also just someone in general. I think it might have been the last episode of Buffy. I got a really lovely comment on that. So sweet of you to share your drunkenness with us. Well, you know. Someone's got to take the fall. And it is often me. I do quite enjoy the drunk reactions when I do it. I tend to edit them drunk as well. I tend to do it all in one go. Because I know I wouldn't be able to... I hate watching myself back as it is, just editing normal reactions. But if I did something drunk, then had to edit it sober, I think I would cringe my way through it and it would take me like twice as long. So I do try and avoid doing that where possible. Alright then, we've been going for an hour and 11 minutes. So, I think we're going to leave it there for today, folks. Thank you all for joining me. And yeah, I'm actually kind of feeling alright, so hopefully... Is that soda you're currently drinking? Yes, it is. This is not a drunk... It's not a drunk live stream, folks. That's for New Year. No, I'm out on New Year, so I won't be online. Drunk editing has been excellent then. Thank you. Good to know only Drunk Liam can handle Drunk Liam. Drunk Liam's a different entity altogether. He does his own thing. I'm not responsible for Drunk Liam's actions. I mean, I am, but, you know, jokingly I'm not. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. I'm going to try and record maybe something. Oh, I completely forgot to mention, I've got a members video that I filmed today. I did do something productive earlier. I filmed a tour of my flat, because people were asking about that. So, channel members, that's coming up for you, hopefully in the next couple of days. Completely forgot to mention that, but there you go. I say right at the end of the stream. Good timing me. Join Dombey and Thor with a Midsummer drunk reaction. Yeah, I haven't seen Midsummer, I really want to. In my obsession with Florence Pugh era, as always. So I do want to watch more of her stuff. But yes, thank you all for joining me, and for all your fun questions and discussions, etc. And yeah, hopefully I will get a few reactions up before the end of the year. We'll see. No promises. But if not, we will be back in 2022 with everything, all sorts of good fun. And yeah, I just need to kick this cold in the arse and I can probably get back on it. So I'm excited for more future things next year. Finishing off some shows, you know, Angel will be coming to an end. We'll be catching up with Sex Education as well. Walking Dead ends next year. So we'll have that too. Lots of endings. New beginnings as well. Some new series, new shows. I'm going to be carrying on with my Sims series as well. I've actually filmed the next one of that. I just need to edit it. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. If I do not post anything before, apart from my members video, have a very happy new year, folks. I wish you all the best for 2020. Maybe I am drunk. Am I drunk? No, we're good. I wish you all the best for 2022. Hopefully it'll be a good year on the channel. We shall see. And yeah, thank you all for watching. See you very soon. Look after yourselves. Bye.